today. Once Sunday they complete that assessment, I'll give the marks. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Patreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya Bhagavadiruttam Sloke Bhaktir Bhavidinaishtiki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangam Langede Grip Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwara Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bodhale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Naramine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So now onwards, all of you should have your books open so that you can also chant the slokas. So I'll ask one by one to unmute and chant the slokas. Okay, so that's better. Then only all will be active. And please refer either Vedabase or in your phone or the book. Better to have the book with you. It's a personal connection. So in chapter 6, it's a conversation between Narada and Vyasdeva. So we'll see what happened. So here in the first 3 chapters, we saw the 6 questions by the sages of Naimisharan and the answers by Srila Sudha Goswami. 4 to 7, we'll see the history of Bhagavatam and how the author of Bhagavatam, that is Vyasdev, got inspiration to write Bhagavatam. Okay, so now in Canto 1, chapter 6, it's basically first 4 questions about Srila Vyasdeva inquiring further about Srila Narada's life. Like what happened and how did you become so, all that, no? He's inquiring. And Sri Narada speaks about his mother's departure from 5 to 10. Okay, like he'll say how he was a maidservant's son and what happened with the snake bite, she left the body, and how he did a lot of service to the Bhakti Vedantist, all that. And Narada's life, meditation, vision. It's very, very important. Verses 11 to 19, Narada's life. How he could become a Narad Muni from a maidservant's son in a Shudra's position. He became a pure Vaishnava. And how that happened. And Lord instructs and consoles Narada, 2025, and Sri Narada get complete perfection after that. Because he will have only his mother as an objection to go forward. But Krishna took, sometimes Krishna does that for pure devotees. And then he got complete perfection. So we'll see that. And also the last few slokas about Sri Narada concluding and departing from Srila Vyasdev's ashram, 34 to 38 sloka. So in this chapter, Srila Vyasdev inquires further about Sri Narada's life. Okay, the first sloka, can someone chant? Yeah, one by one you do. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Suta uvacha evam nishamya bhagavan devarshirjanma karma cha bhuyaha prapacchatam brahman vyasaha satyavati sutaha. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Translation.
Yes, translation. Suta said, O Brahmanas, thus hearing all about Sri Narada's birth and activities, Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God and son of Satyavati, inquired as follows. Mataji, purport?
No. That will take a lot of time. So purports you can all read. Okay.
Yes.
So now what is happening is, okay, the first is the inquiry. Okay. So Srila Vyasdev is inquiring from Narada. Now which sloka you can connect it from Bhagavad Gita?
Mataji Tadvidhi Pranipadena.
Very good. Tadvidhi Pranipadena Pariprashnena Sevaya. What else? That is one. Then slokam from Bhagavatam.
Evam Parampara Praptam.
Parampara, okay, inquiry.
From Bhagavad.
Karpanya Doshapada Swabhava.
That is surrendering, na? What is the first Vedanta Sutra? What is the first Vedanta Sutra?
Athato Brahma Jignasa.
Then? Okay. Okay, that's fine. That is next. Anything from Bhagavatam, okay, same thing. But Rishabhadev also says that we have to inquire about Atma Tattvam. Parapavastavad abodha jato yavan najitnyasvad Atma Tattvam yavan kriyastavad idam manove karma atmagamyena sharira bandhaha. So this is from 5.5.5. Very easy to remember, 555. So here Rishabhadev gives a very beautiful explanation. He is saying to his sons, Parabhavastavada bodhacha, yavanna jitnyasata atma tattvam. You should have jitnyasa, or you should inquire about what? Atma tattvam, about self, truth about yourself. That means your self-realization. And karmatmagamena shari. If you don't ask such questions, you will just loiter around this material world again and again. So as long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. Be it sinful or pious, karma has its resultant actions. And if a person is engaged in any kind of karma, his mind is called karmatmaka. Karmatmagamena sharira bandha. Then what happens? As long as the mind is impure and consciousness is unclear, and as long as one is absorbed in fruitive activity, he has to accept a material body. So he's telling that to get out of this birth, death, old age diseases, to inquire about spiritual values of life. Atma Tattvam. One who does not do so is who? The person who doesn't inquire about Atma Tattvam. Atmaha means
Pillar of the
Pillar
soul.
of the soul.
pillar of the soul. Very good.
Pillar of the
Atmahanta or Atmaha. Here in Ishopanishad also says Atmaha. That is somebody who's a killer of the soul, who doesn't inquire about the soul. Now here, Vyasdev is inquiring about a pure devotee, about Narada's life. That is also Atmaha only. That is also Brahma Jitnyasa only, because Vyasdev wants to know how he became such an exalted pure devotee. No, Narad Muni. Narad Muni can go anywhere. He can go to Vaikunta, Goloka, everywhere he can enter. He is also transcendental. He is a pure devotee. He is one of the Mahajans. Vyasdev is also, but as a disciple, he is doing this. No, so this inquiry is very, very important. Such inquiries is Loga Mangala. It will bring auspiciousness to everyone. Yes, Manasi Mataji can read the text to chant and the translation.
Yes,
Before that, Dharma Pricha is used in this verse, no? Sadharma Pricha. Is it first verse or second verse? First verse, no? Sadharma Pricha.
First verse.
Yeah.
First
So
verse, Mata.
Sadharma Pricha means what? Inquiring about self. Like Vyasdev himself was the disciple of Naraji, and therefore he was natural to be anxious to hear what Narada did after initiation from his spiritual masters, and he wanted to follow in Narada's footsteps. Mahajiriya Ragadasya Panta. Dharmasya Tattvam Nihidam Guhayam. Because the pure devotees have Krishna in their heart, and pure devotees know the secret of success, we have to follow their footsteps. So in order to attain the same perfect stage, Vyasdev as a disciple, he is not Krishna Dvaipayana Vyas at present. He is, but at present he is taking the role of a disciple. So as a disciple, he wanted to follow the footstep of his spiritual master. This desire to inquire from the spiritual master is an essential factor to the progressive path, and this process is technically called as Sadharma Pricha. Sadharma, he is not inquiring about the absolute truth or about his dharma, the real dharma. Okay. Then now what will the reply he gives? But before that, there are some examples also we can see in Prabhupada's life. Now, what is happening in the first picture?
It is Sri Prabhupada is listening to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur.
This is first meeting, Mataji.
First meeting in the year
1922.
Very good. 1922, Srila Prabhupada met his spiritual master, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, for the first time. And but then that time he was not asking the right question. No, what question did Abhay Charan ask, or what did Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati say to Abhay Charan that time?
You are an educated person.
Yes.
Why not you go to westward and spread the message of Krishna? And
that time, what did Abhay Charan reply?
He was not very motivated at that time, Mataji. It was only in 33 that he came
33. After 10 years, he took initiation. But what did he reply when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Independence. We need independence.
India is not independent. And it was more important.
Freedom, Mataji.
Yeah, he was, you can see he's wearing white and white. He was following Mahatma Gandhi that time. So he was
Quit India movement.
Yeah, so he was saying that, okay, we can spread Krishna consciousness, but then only first we should get freedom. And what did Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati reply?
Freedom of the soul is more important than the freedom of the...
It doesn't matter who rules India, Britishers or Indians, or it doesn't matter. The first thing freedom is the freedom of the soul from the cycle of birth, death, old age, disease. And it's high time that Krishna consciousness is an emergency, it has to be spread. So, but then, as Prabhu said, 10 years, 1933, sometimes, no, some devotees say, Mataji, I'm waiting for initiation for a long time, But we have not waited how Srila Prabhupada have waited for 10 years. Some of the gurus in ISKCON, they don't give initiation till 10 years. No, they watch the disciple, how they chant and all that. But some gurus are very, very merciful, they give. But we have to wait. We should have patience. Prabhupada had patience. And then what happened? In the second photo, you can see he became a guru and he had a lot of disciples. And the same questions, whatever Prabhupada had asked only one question to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. What was that? Only one question he asked.
How can I
serve you? Yeah, that's the only question he asked. How can I serve you? Nothing else. So, but then Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati used to give him instructions, lot of instructions, and finally he became a guru. That's because he had that good quality of listening. In the last picture, who's that?
Prahlad Maharaj instructing his co-mates.
Yeah, instructing his classmates about Krishna consciousness. So, this all what is happening here, all about inquiries about the Atma Tattva or about Sad Dharma, right? The basic thing. So, first is Prabhupada describing Leelamrita or about his spiritual master, and then Srila Prabhupada's disciples inquiring about him, Srila Prabhupada describing his experience from his time in family life, and Prahlad Maharaj's classmate inquiring from him about his learnings. So inquiry, tatvidi pranipadena pariprashnena seva. You have to, that's why we should have a living guru, it is said. Now the other people who would say that you can just keep photo of Prabhupada and take initiation. What is wrong in that is, there is no living guru to correct you, to guide you. So we should have a living guru to correct us. And we should have, and we can inquire from him, no? And we can learn from him. So this inquiry is not about material life. It's about spiritual thing. And also Maharaj Rahuguna inquiring about Jada Bharat. There's so many examples. Lord Ram, Lakshman inquiring. Okay, about Vishwamitra. So we'll have a small discussion here. How we can become defensive about our mistakes and shortcomings in life. Okay, because that is text 3. We'll just go through text 3 and then we'll have a breakout room. Can anyone chant text 3?
Mataji, can I?
You did second. Oh, you didn't do second sloka? Oh, second sloka.
No, Mataji.
The second one.
Yes, Mataji. Vyasa uvacha भिक्षुभिर्विप्रवसिते विज्ञानादेष्ट्रभिस्तव वर्तमानो वयस्याद्ये ततः किमकरोद् भवान्. Translation: Sri Vyasadeva said, what did you, O Narada, do after the departure of the great sages who had instructed you in scientific transcendental knowledge before the beginning of your present birth?
Yeah, so he's asking what happened. Like in the previous slokas, we saw that we know that Bhaktivedantas came and Srila Narada Muni as a small child, Shudra's son, maid servant son, served them, ate their remnants, did a lot of service to them, took sadhu sangha. And now what happened after that? After they left, what happened? But he had his mother, and then he'll explain. But this is what they're asking, no? He's asking about their life. Before Srila Prabhupada's disciples also asked Prabhupada, what did you do before coming to Krishna consciousness? So Prabhupada used to say, I was a chemist and I was having a pharmacy and all that. No, his life also Prabhupada used to say how he met his guru, all that. Yes. Okay, so the third sloka. Yes, Pravina Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Text 3. Swayam bhuva kaya vritya vartitante param vayah katham chedamudastrakshihi kale prapte kalevaram. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, or glory to Srila Prabhupada. O son of Brahma, how did you pass your life after initiation, and how did you attain this body, having quit your old one in due course? Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah, so what happened? Like we know about Narada's life, no? What happened? And then he's asking, how did you become Narada Muni? From a maid servant son or Shudra son, how did you become a maid servant? So, okay, so this is, now he will tell like what happened. And because Narada Muni have done a mistake, he became a Shudra son. What was the mistake he did?
in Gandharva Loka, he did not act properly.
Before
missed
that,
a
what
beat,
mistake he
Mataji.
did to become a Gandharva?
He missed a
He
beat.
did not listen to his father's words to get married.
So he didn't want to get married, and Brahma cursed him, and he became a Gandharva. And there he missed the beat of the Mridanka while looking the Apsaras dancing, and there also he got cursed and became a, because it's when you get cursed from heavenly planet, from spiritual planet you go to material world. In material world there are heavenly planets, hellish planets, so you go to heavenly, and from heavenly you go to earth, and then it go to hell. It's like that. So when you get cursed, you go down, down, down. So there, Narad Muni, yes, got cursed from Brahma's world, and from there he fell down. Then he became a Gandharva in the heavenly planets, one of the heavenly planets. There again he fell down to earth, and then he became a Shudra's son. And now that was a mistake he have done. There was a mistake that is done, and he got cursed. Now here it is asked, like the question is, how you become defensive about our own mistakes and shortcoming of life. Okay, just a small discussion, like how do we become defensive? Sometimes it is said when we do mistake, what do? We become advocates, and when others do mistakes, we become judges. No, we judge them. So just little bit about your personal application. How do we become defensive when we do mistakes and shortcomings in life, and how do we overcome that? Okay, yeah. I want everyone to please join the breakout room. I'll get to know who all didn't do. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm not able to join.
Okay, why? Yeah, all are joining. Just now I gave the option.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm not in the group Mataji. Hare Krishna.
You're not able to join? Hare Krishna, all are back. They're just coming.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Mataji, I was in class, that's why I'm just back.
Hare Krishna. So room number 1, Andaranga Mataji, Jyoti Mataji, Neeta Mataji, Nirupa Mataji, Pravina Mataji, Sachin Prabhu, Sharada Mataji, Supreme Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare
I'll
Krishna.
be presenting room number 1, Mataji. Yes, as we discussed in the room, I'll be just giving a main points. Here, Pravina Mataji was discussing about her relationship with the children, how when a children does a mistake, how we judge them, we try to correct them. We say that this is bad, this is good, this is not how it should be done. But when the same mistake is done by us, we doesn't feel like it is a big deal. And we just make a joke out of it, saying that it doesn't meant to be like that, it was like this. And we try to explain and support our action rather than correcting ourselves. And Anita Mataji was telling, like when there were during cleaning the houses or something, if expensive things falls down, then we think like, okay, this is not how we should do. We correct ourselves. But when it comes to children, the next moment we get angry, we become intolerable. And then we think like this expensive things should not be bought or something until these children grow up, something like that. And then Jyoti Mataji was telling like, when she makes mistakes and when other makes mistake, the only thing is like she first reacts with anger and then slowly she calms down and then she prays to God to forgive her mistake and also for being angry with other person also. And Neeta Mataji was telling like we are defensive sometimes because we are not accepting that we have made a mistake. But when others make a mistake, then we blame others. It's a normal habit that out of ego, we consider ourselves as a rule maker. And since we make the rule, then we are not under the punishment of the rule. In that way, we start thinking about it. And Sachin Prabhuji also wonderfully told, like, when we see others makes mistake, we like when we make mistake, we always think that our mistake should not be noticed, nobody should discuss about this and should not make a over fuss about it. But when others do it, we just mentally think about the same mistake, how the other person did it, how in what way they did it, it's so wrong about it. We just become being judgmental, like and we sometimes also end up correcting them, like this is not right way of doing it. And this is how we end up doing all the mistakes. And Nirja Machaji was telling like, we may not accept mistakes sometimes. Why? Because we fear of our consequences. We are afraid of what other people think and what will be the result of our action. So we may not take the authority of making a mistake. In that way, we discuss Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Room number 2. Is Dinesh Prabhu was in which room?
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is room number 3.
Okay.
We had a very good discussion and diverse opinion was given by the devotees altogether. So the issue was that how do we have become defensive about our own mistakes and shortcomings in life? And this is a really practical situation with each one of us. So there are two aspects. Either we are wrong, we have mistakes, or probably we consider ourselves as correct and without any mistakes. In both conditions, we become defensive. A live example is taken from, from scriptures as well as from our day-to-day life. Sometimes during the class, while I'll quote my own example, I was taking level 2 classes. Sometimes the devotees will ask something which I do not know. So the inherent tendency was to postpone the answer. First tendency. Secondly, sometimes I did try to divert the issue so that I could have a look at the correct answer and then give them the correct reply. So that is how I became defensive in level 2 classes. Anyway, but I could correct myself afterwards. So why do we become defensive? First of all, we have tried to analyze everybody. First, that we are ignorant. That is why we are committing mistakes and hiding our weaknesses. Secondly, our personal ego and pride, lack of courage, and our belief systems. They come in way and they do not let us accept our own weaknesses. And some devotee Shraddha Mataji suggested that there are two things. There is apprehension. maybe of losing position or losing your status or state in a particular job, or there may be security, insecurity in related to job or circumstances or position. So they may also contribute to our being defensive. So, and very important suggestion was given by Sridhar Prabhu, that because of our material consciousness, avidya and material consciousness, we do not want to see other as an individual or as a super soul, and we want to dominate our material nature over the other person. So that is another reason. Then some of the people have got duplicate personality, means they try to show what they are actually not. So that causes also our defense system to be active. So Narad, then we did example from Hiranyakashipu's life and Ravana. I believe we talked about them. Probably they knew the divinity of Lord Krishna or Lord Rama, but still they did not want to accept them as Lord, as supreme divine authorities, and still they had a lot of struggle and all kind of misbehavior with the Lord, their Lord and their devotees also. So these are some of the points we discussed. Analyze the reasons as well as our own mistakes and our own nature. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I think room number 2 didn't share.
Mataji, I'll speak.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandvat Pranam. Mataji, Mataji said we have false ego, and we compared it to Arjuna's case of chickening out just before the war in the battlefield, and he took out all sorts of reasons for not wanting to fight. So we are in a bodily concept, and we think this is it, 80 years, 100 years of our life, we will be only, this is it. So we manufacture all sort of excuses to cover up our shortcomings in life, or our anything we have not done properly. And the main reason is that we have false ego, which I can think of. The nescience can be another reason, and we as a human beings, we suffer from 4 defects of cheating, imperfect senses, illusion, and mistakes. We also suffer from lust, anger, and greed, and we also are in gunas. And to cover all this, social stigmas, economic reasons, family reasons, community reasons, national reasons, personal laziness, we become lazy. We commit the process of cheating ourselves and defending our mistakes. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So out of the 4 defects we know, to be illusioned, to be cheating propensity, committing mistakes.
Illusion and mistakes.
So there is committing mistakes, right? So that is very, very common. To err is human. So every one of us does the mistakes, and we learn from the mistakes. And then here, what should we do? We instead of defending it, we should accept it, and also we should learn from it. Yes, one is apologizing, one is repenting and asking forgiveness. All that helps. But slowly, what happens? We try to accept our mistakes. No, we know that yes, it's my mistake. It's purely my mistake. It happened, and then we do that. So Narad Muni already has accepted his mistakes, and he know that because he have done that mistake, he got this life. Now that is also a benediction. No, sometimes is there any instance in the Shastra where the curse also became a benediction?
Parikshit Maharaj, Mataji.
Parikshit Maharaj, yes, definitely. So in 7 days, he could hear Srimad Bhagavatam and then got liberated. It was a curse by the Brahmana. Then
Nalakuvera
and Manikriva.
Narad mother.
The curse, Narad Muni's mother was not cursed by anyone. It's a curse becoming a boon. Yes, Nalakuvera Manigriva was cursed by Narad Muni, and finally they got delivered. Who else? It's a curse.
Mataji, Ahalya, Mataji.
Very good. Ahalya got cursed to become a stone, and then Lord Ram himself placed his lotus feet on her and she got delivered.
Putna, Mataji.
Kubja,
Putna was not cursed.
Putna
was not cursed.
Shabri, Mataji.
Putana was not cursed. Ratnamala, she had a desire and she became Putana, but was no curse happening.
Mataji, in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Gajendra, yes, the curse. Indradyumna Maharaj got the curse, became an elephant, got delivered. Yes.
In Chaitanya Charitamrita, that I'm not able to take that name, Mataji. Mukunda, some devotee, you will meet me after so many millions of years. So then he becomes
and then he became, yeah, and then immediately he got delivered. Yes, Mukunda Das.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, Mataji.
Who?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself.
In what way?
He was cursed that you will not stay in one place. Then
That is Narad Muni, not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Mataji, Haridas Thakur.
That was Narad Muni who got cursed by Daksha because he converted all the Daksha sons to brahmacharis. Daksha cursed Narad Muni that he will not stay in one place, and he took it as an advantage and he preached Krishna consciousness everywhere. Okay, what was Manasi Mataji saying?
Mataji, Haridas Thakur example that Brahmaji was like cursed that he will take birth in a Muslim family. As Haridas Thakur.
He's okay. That is not cursed. He didn't get cursed. It's actually a boon he took from the Lord. Okay.
Dashrath Maharaj Mataji, that Shravan Kumar's parents by mistake he killed them and they cursed.
Yes. Then
Chitraketu Mataji.
Very good. Chitraketu Maharaj getting cursed to become Vritrasura.
Mataji, in Ramayana, Viradha.
King Pandu was also cursed.
And how did it become a boon? It's not just about a curse. It's about how a curse became a boon. Okay, so in Narad Muni's life also we saw how he became a Shudra son, but then again that became a boon in the sense he was getting association of devotees and he became. So here all these questions, you can see all these pictures where you can see Chitraketu Maharaj, all of them. No, they got the curse, but then they actually got a boon. Now, all of these have done mistakes. You can see here Indra doing mistake and then Krishna forgiving. No, Parikshit Maharaj putting a dead snake on Shavika Rishis. All that. Now, the Lord Shiva getting attracted to Mohini Murti, then Chitraketu Maharaj. So all this, okay, these are all mistakes they have done, but then they learned from it and they realized. And they got compassion from great souls. Parikshit Maharaj got compassion from Shukadev Goswami. So all this is examples. Like you can see also Srivas Thakur finding the paraphernalia for Kali worship in front of his home. And then it was not his mistake, but he accepted it. Does anyone know that? Who put that? Who put a dead chicken, kumkum?
The Mayavadis, Mataji.
His neighbors were jealous of him.
It's not Mayavadi, it was a demigod worshippers. Who was that? Who was that person? Anybody knows? Gopal Chapala. Gopal Chapala is the one who actually was so jealous of Srivas. Because why? Because in Srivas Thakur's house only, somebody is having a very bad audio and then you keep unmuting and disturbs the whole class. Please take care of your mics. So what happened? Okay. So what happened there? Yes. So since Srivas Thakur's house, Srivasangan was used by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for his evening kirtans, and they used to have very nice kirtan. Only devotees, very close associates were called. So Gopal Chapla became very, very jealous and envious of Srivas Thakur, and he wanted to prove to everyone or blaspheme or defame him by putting all the paraphernalia of Kali worship in front of his home, like kumkum and dead chicken and so many other things, big knife and liquor, so many things. And then the next day morning, everybody saw this. And what did Srivas Thakur reply? I mean, how was his reaction?
Simply accepted, Mataji.
He said, yes, I am a demigod worshipper, I am a Kali worshipper, and I accept it. So he accepted it. No? So this is what they did. In the sense, they accepted. Okay. So even though it was not his mistake, he accepted it. Also, in the life of Vishwamitra, the spiritual master of Lord Ram and Lakshmana, even he accepted, like, because he is the one who was actually trained Lord Ram in such a way that he was accepting it. The Prabhu was saying, like, one day morning, Dashrath Maharaj calls Lord Ram and says, what? You have to do Vanavas, or you have to go for the forest 15 years. And Lord Ram just accepted it. He didn't even ask what is my mistake or what did I do, any mistake to get such a curse. But no, he accepted. So that was a will of the Lord. Okay, what happened? So this is just a pastime. So here, nature of devotional service is explained. Ahrituki apratihata. That is what happened. Now inquiry is what happened? Why did Narad Muni? How did Narad Muni become Narad Muni? Or how did he? What did he do after the Bhaktivedanta's life? And now he is going to tell about his mother and what happened to him. Okay. So can anyone start from text 5? Narada Uvacha. Bhikshupir Vipravasite. Who will chant?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Narada Uvacha Bhikshubhir Vignanadeshribhir Mama Vartamano Vayasyadye Tata Etad Akarasam. Hare Krishna.
Translation, Sri Narada said.
Sri Narada said, the great sages who had imparted scientific knowledge of transcendence to me departed for other places, and I had to pass my life in this way.
Okay, so he's like, yeah, they went because they came for Chaturmasya and they stayed and now they are leaving. So they just left. Okay, I was living like this. But then he got that association and also he got initiated. Prabhupada says he was just 5-year-old. He got initiated by those spiritual master. They gave the mantra and he was continuing his life. And then what happened? He's saying what stopped him? Yes, Dinesh Prabhu. Ekatmaja me janani.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Ekatmaja me janani yoshin udha chakinkari mayatmaje ananyagato chakre isnanubandhanam.
Snehanu. Chakre Snehanubandhanam. Snehanubandhanam means the bond, the rope of love. Yes. So here read, I was the
only son of my mother, who was not only a simple woman, but a maid servant as well. Since I was her only offspring, she had no other alternative for protection. She bound me with the tie of affection.
Simple woman, but a maid servant as well. What is the significance of saying that? Maid servant as well. What is that significant in describing his position?
Prabhuji, Mataji, he is accepting that she belonged to a lower status of life, but she was very innocent and simple because she was inclined to serve the Vedantis.
Yeah. So what else? What else we can learn from that particular phrase?
Simple living and high thinking.
Simple living
and high thinking.
No opulence, Mataji.
She could not give all the facilities that.
Yeah, that means she was poor. In the sense, maid servants. No, recently I met someone. She also does a maid servant work, and she was like telling me that because her husband also lost the job, they couldn't even pay the rent for that house, for her house. I was like, this was a very small amount, but still, I was like, they don't. Then I was thinking, don't they have at least that much saving? Won't they have that much saving to give the even the 1 month, 1 or 2 months you don't get a job? Still they can't pay the rent also. That means they don't even have any savings. So what they have to do is maid servants, they have to work every day. They can't, like, they don't have like a big bank balance or something. She's single also. She doesn't have a husband also here. Nadmani doesn't have a father here. So now she's completely, she has to work and she's completely could not give any facility also to Nadmani as a 5-year-old child. And then completely dependent. She don't have anybody else. So this shows how much Sneha Anubandhanam, in the sense, Narad says, mother tied me with the rope of affection. See how a child, now we'll see how Krishna dragged, this is one of the, he took it as a special mercy, the death of the mother also. But here, symptoms, this is visible after initiation by a bona fide spiritual master. Now, all of us know, initially we were like so attached. I still remember, like, my cousin's marriage means like, it was like everything for me. Like, we go like 2-3 weeks before and then does everything and just be there. But then recently I had my cousin's marriage and didn't even feel like going, in the sense, first thing is, we have to lose a lot of service, that this. Second is, how once you become initiated and you become an ISKCON devotee, stamped in your whole family, you get stamped as ISKCON devotee, then everyone start moving away from you, or you become kind of lonely and you don't you don't get prasadam there, you can't stay for a long time with them, your whole sadhana gets spoiled. So you just go visit and come, or maybe just send the blessings, something like that. Even the gift which you give would be Bhagavad Gita. So, but then they can't accept all that. So what happened after initiation or after becoming serious in Krishna consciousness, then slowly all this material detachment comes. So here Narad Muni, now he's saying, I have only my mother as an obstacle to go with the Bhaktivedanta. If he didn't have his mother, he would have just followed the Bhaktivedanta. He would have gone. But here that thought process came only after he had association with the Bhaktivedanta. So devotional service cannot be interrupted by any material condition. Narad Muni was just 5 years old, and he was born as a son of a maid servant in a Shudra family. And the circumstance in which Narada was living was also poor because she's a maid servant and she didn't have any facilities to be given to Narada as a child. So this is an important symptom visible after initiation by a bona fide spiritual master. Actual association of devotees bring about a quick change in the life for spiritual realization. And definitely, I feel that only because we got molded with the association of devotees, it's been like going to be 3 years, I moved into temple. So from that 3 years now, in the last 3 years, so much changes have come in life, but that's because we have a lot of association of devotees every time around us. So that's a physical association. That's very, very important. Online, okay, you can, but there is a limitation for online. But if you get offline association, you feel like you get charged. That's why we were inviting you for Janmashtami and Balram Purnima. Many devotees are coming. So happy to know the hall will be so full. And that 3-4 days, they're going to have a lot of association. I've seen Mataji's doing a lot of nice group service, and it will be very nice association. Such association you should not miss. Or you go for yatra when the temple arranged to the dham, you get nice association. So that will be just remaining with you for a long time. And that's like a vaccine for your spiritual life. So actual association means, what are the actual association means?
Association of the pure devotees, Mataji.
6 things. Yeah, what are the 6 things?
Reading books, Mataji. Prabhupada books.
6 aspects of association.
Dadati pratigrahnati.
Dadati pratigrahnati, gokhyamakyadi pritchati, bhukte bhojade cheva shanvida priti lakshana. So actual association, that will bring, so what happened? Narad Muni was taking prasadam from them, remnants, serving them prasadam, right? So he was hearing from them, everything. So all this, so how it acted upon his previous life of Sri Narad Muni is described in this chapter. Now what happens is mentioned from sloka 6 to 8. Yes, anyone can chant? Okay, that 6 is done. 7. Yes, Sumangala Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
7.
सा स्वतन्त्रा न कल्पासि योगक्षेमं ममेच्छति ईशस्य हि वशे लोको योषदारुमयी यथा. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. She wanted to look after my maintenance properly, but because she was not independent, she was not able to do anything for me. The world is under the full control of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, everyone is like a wooden doll in the hands of a puppet master. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
He wanted to go, but he could not go. Why? Because he was bound up by his mother, and also the mother's position is also described here. So, and then he realizes and says, this world is completely under Krishna's control, and everyone is like wooden doll or a puppet in the hands of Krishna. Okay, Satat Upakshaya means he was completely dependent. She was completely dependent on him, he was coming. So a single mother having only one son. Okay, she doesn't have anybody, no husband, no other children, no brothers, no father, mothers, no one. She was alone. So she had only one dependent, a single mother having only one son. And Yoshin Muda Chakinkari, she's a woman. Okay, ignorant in the sense she's a Shudrani. Maid servants normally they're illiterate, they wouldn't have studied much. Okay, so that means she won't be able to survive alone. And my Atmaje Ananya Ghato, that is Narad Muni, is completely dependent on love, affection, protection of this one lady. So he was completely bound up. And Chakresh Snehanubandhanam, that was in the previous sloka, it says, except the son, this woman have no one else, and the boy has no one else but the mother. Hence a thick bondage of sneha, affection. Both are totally dependent on each other. Kunti Maharani says, no, what is the sloka? Sneha Pasham Imam Chinti. Why she is praying like that?
That this friendship and relationship is the main bondage.
Yeah, the bondage, and then
That
Sneha
is
Pasha.
like an illusion, Mataji, which will make us forget about the Lord, the connection that we have with the Lord, Mataji.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's feeling like she might be externally bound up. I mean, so much bound up with uh, the the material bondage. So she's like she's praying to Krishna that please just break this, in the sense whatever sneha pasham idam chinti, like whatever bond I have with the Pandavas, or okay, it means not she's meaning internally. Okay, externally we can't, only death can take away the bond. But here it is said that internally she's saying that I want to get detached from all that. So this Sneha Pasham only will, but we can't be like Kundi Maharani asking that, okay, we should be practical. We should not be attached. We should be affectionate. That is there. And here it says puppet in the Lord's hand. Okay. So the Kirtan by Srila Prabhupada, the Markandeya, what is it? Markine Bhagavad Dharma, when Prabhupada wrote this Kirtan of Boro Kripa Koile Krishna in Jalatuta ship. Here also he says, I am like a puppet in the hands of Krishna. And if you want to make you dance, make me dance. Okay. So here also Narad Muni says, we are like puppet in Krishna's hand. Okay. So here he says that, okay, we are not independent, in the sense we are like puppets in Krishna's hand. And everything is possible only by Krishna's mercy. And Prabhupada says, why did you bring me to this particular place? And he's saying, okay, make me dance as you like. So if Krishna wants Krishna consciousness to be successful, it will happen, or else it will not happen. So he's saying that, make me dance as you like. Okay. So yeah, here. See, Prabhupada says, oh Lord, I'm like a puppet in your hands. So if you have brought me here to dance, in the sense to America, if Krishna has brought Prabhupada there, then make me dance. Make me dance, oh Lord. Make me dance as you like. So that's what he's saying. Ani acho chadi Prabhu amare nachate. Nachao nachao Prabhu nachao seema. कष्टेरा पोतली जाता नचाओ से माते बुरो कृपा कोइले कृष्ण अध मेरा प्रति किलागे आदिले हेता बुरो रे बेगति बुरो कृपा कोइले कृष्ण. So he's saying, Nachao, Nachao, Prabhu, Nachao. So Nachao, make me dance. You have brought me here. Make me dance as you like. Because he's like, I'm a puppet in your hand. So we all are like that. Now Narad Muni is saying, because puppets don't have independent move, no? When the controller just does this, the puppet raise the hand. Controller just leaves it, the puppet goes down. So similarly, everything what we do, no, whatever we do, we are actually doing by Krishna's mercy. So here Narad Muni says, yes, if Krishna wants Narad Muni to go up, because Narad Muni is a pure devotee, definitely Krishna will interfere, and Krishna will take away that bondage he had. Like how Krishna took Abhay Charan towards him. Abhay Charan Aravinda he was.
By taking away all the material wealth.
Yeah, material things, no? And Krishna takes away all those material things, then what is the effect we have? What will happen to us?
We become helpless and we go to his shelter. To Krishna. Yes, we depend on Krishna for it.
Completely depend. But that is Krishna's, Krishna is torturing that devotee, or is a mercy?
It's a mercy, Mataji.
Externally, it looks like what? Distress, no? Externally, it will look like a distress. So, yasyaham anugrishyami harishe taddanam sane tatodanam tyajantyasya swajana dukkha dukkhitam. So, Krishna is saying, yasyaham anugrishyami. When Krishna completely blesses someone so much that harishe taddanam sane, he'll take away all your dhana, material things. And Prabhupada always quotes this and say, yes, I was actually gone through this. How Krishna took away all my wealth and everything. And tadodanam tyajandasya, once the dhanam is gone, swajana dukkha dikkhitam, all your relatives and friends, and what happens? They'll make you lonely. I mean, they don't want to associate with you anymore. So here,
Mataji, then, Mataji, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Mataji said in my case also it must be special mercy because I'm not getting a job anywhere and I'm getting the opportunity to learn all this.
Yeah, you can spend more time in Krishna consciousness, definitely.
Yes.
Okay. So Krishna, this is Krishna's special mercy. Krishna could have had us a better plan better plan for us. He wants you not to progress more in material path. He wants us to go more towards spiritual things. So personality goddess said, yeah, another my friend also, like he was not getting a job, searching. He's a devotee, got initiated and all. So I was telling, and the same time when he lost the job and he was searching for a job, from our temple president called him to become a full-time devotee. Why don't, anyway, you don't have a job, why don't you come and live in the temple and then do service? And it's a very good opportunity. But so unfortunate he was that he was in a relationship with another devotee girl, and then he just want a job, and he got into a business now, and it's like completely what he just get time to chant his rounds, nothing else. So he had such a nice opportunity, I was thinking, and so many days I told Prabhu, like, this is a golden opportunity, take it up. Krishna is just calling you, not getting a job on one hand, so the other hand you are becoming a full-time devotee in the temple. Just take it up, you don't get this opportunity anymore. But then what happens now? It's a wrong decision sometimes, but then now that person is regretting, I know, there'll be problems. So here it is said, if I especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth, and then relatives and friends of such a poverty-stricken person abandon him. In this way, he suffers distress one after the other. So then everyone started laughing after hearing this. Okay, and Prabhupada says it's not a joke. It's not a joke. It is a very tough time to go through. Okay, a Mataji losing a job, yes, it has effects. But then a Prabhu losing a job, a man losing a job has lot of significance if he has a family to support and all that. No, so the whole thing becomes a burden. And Prabhupada was actually going through a difficult stage. Prabhupada said that, okay, it's not easy. It's not easy. Those who have gone through, they know it's not easy. The one or the other thing keep bothering you. So now what happens? The stress comes again and again. But then only a pure devotees can see it as a special mercy of Krishna. Might be Krishna has some other plan for me. Might be Krishna is not making me do this so that I can spend more time on spiritual life, so that I get a more opportunity to serve Krishna. And in the purport, Prabhupada says, this is a way of dragging a sincere soul near to God. This is a way, in the sense, Krishna takes away all the material things. For Narad Muni, nothing material to lose, but his mother was the material thing he had. And that also Krishna takes away. And this is a way of dragging. So Prabhupada says that Krishna dragged Prabhupada towards him, and we got S.E. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So this is one way of Krishna dragging. So when reversals come in our life, one of the Prabhus, he lost his wife in Corona, something like that, COVID. And then he came to Krishna consciousness, and now Krishna consciousness is everything for him. And it's completely blissful. It's not like, if he wouldn't have come to Krishna consciousness, his wife leaving would have had a very bad impact and would have created a vacuum in his life. But now, just because of Krishna's, that was Krishna's mercy, might be. It's time for that particular soul to finish the karma in life, this life, and go to next life. And your karma is still remaining. But you're so fortunate, you got Krishna consciousness, and you can even chant for the soul who departed. And there's a special mercy that you have come to Krishna consciousness and you're able to do bhakti more and more. So take everything as Krishna's blessings. Now we don't know what Krishna has planned for us. So now externally it looks like, oh, Narad Muni is just 5-year-old maid servant, very poor, had only mother. That mother is also gone. Now Krishna will taken away. Krishna took his mother. Now what happens to him? But that's material. But in spiritual, now he's free to go to the Bhakti Vedantas. So we should be completely dependent on the Lord and depend on his mercy. But at the same time, we should see here, we should not judge God in that situation. Okay, somebody having a disease in our family. That's because of the karma. We know, Purva Janma Kritam Papam Vyadhi Rupena Jayate. It's because of the Purva karma, it's becoming. But what is that teaching us? We are getting detached. We also know that Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi can come to anybody. Recently, when my son had some kind of a gastritis and vomiting and all that, continuous vomiting, and the sodium went so low that he's such an active person, but then he became completely inactive, and we were like tensed because the sodium went down and a lot of dehydration things. So immediately rushed to the hospital, but into an IV and all that. But then when I was in that, he was just a small normal condition, but around in the ICU, we were in the ICU, and it was like, not ICU, it was a casualty, and there was a setup for kids separate and there was adults separate. So many cases were coming and going and accidents and whatnot. And I was like, that 3-4 hours until his drip got over, we were sitting and chanting and we were feeling like, what, this disease is such a condition. But that brings us, that makes us, then I realized how it is that Narasimhadev and Krishna is protecting us and giving us a good health, how we should use this good health for Krishna service. We realize, Krishna gives some slaps sometimes to understand that this is all temporary, it's all material. What will stay is Krishna consciousness. What will stay is, so such reversals will keep coming in life one way or the other. One might be having poverty, one might having disease, one might be having some case, legal implications, some might have something or the other, loneliness, something will torture us in life. But that should be taken as an opportunity to get attached to Krishna more and more. Somebody have a disease, chant for that soul, chant, increase your Krishna consciousness, sadhana, your reading and swadhyay. Then what happens? We should not judge God in that situation. It's my karma coming back, and just take it as Krishna's special mercy. It's not easy. It's not at all easy. It's very easy to say, but when you apply it in life, it becomes difficult. So consciousness of an advanced soul is looking at things in the material world. You can see 9th and 10th sloka. The real maturity is to accept the reversal as mercy. Tattenukampam susamikshamanam bunjana evatmakritam vibhakam ritvakvubebir vidadam namaste jeevere mukti pade satayava. So when you take such reversals as a mercy of Krishna, you become the right candidate to go back to Krishna. Okay, so you can see here whose story is said here.
Dhruv Maharaj.
Dhruv Maharaj. So we know that Dhruv Maharaj, okay, because Suruji said that you should not sit on the lap of your father Uttanapada, then he went to Suniti and she said go to forest, went to forest in 6 months. So this looks like a 5-year-old being a prince. He's been just thrown out. But then what happened? He could see Lord face to face. So that also Dhruv Maharaj accepted it. So here it is said, Tada tad ahamishasya bhaktanam sam abhipasate anugrahana manyamana pratistam dishamuttaram. So when his mother, once upon a time, my poor mother, when going out one night to milk a cow, was bitten on the leg by a serpent influenced by supreme time. Okay. Sarpo adashta pada sprishta. So his mother is taken. Now he says, I took it as a special mercy of the Lord, who always desire benediction for his devotees, and so thinking I started for the north. Always desire benediction for his devotees. Krishna says, no, Name Bhakta Pranishari. So Krishna understood the desire in that young Narada, that he had a desire for spiritual growth. Like Srila Prabhupada also, he had a desire to preach Krishna consciousness, but something was stopping him. His business, his family, his agrihastha. How can he just leave everything and go? Then what happens? Krishna takes it away. When we have too attachment for material things, Krishna takes it away. Then why? Krishna is clearing our path towards him. So confidential devotees see in every step benediction, direction of the Lord. What is considered to be a difficult moment in mundane sense is accepted as a special mercy of the Lord. So they take it reversals as special mercy. This is a way of dragging a sincere soul near to God. So Krishna will drag someone towards him by taking away all the material things. Bali Maharaj also was attached to material things, but Krishna came as Vamanadev and took away all his attachment and took him near him. So anyone else? Any other instance in the scriptures? Now this is a sloka. Krishna takes away Harishye, because Hari Shabd Nana Artha Dui Mukhyatama Sarva Amangala Hare Prema Diye Hare Mana. So Sarva Amangala Hare, he takes away all inauspicious things, and Mana Hare, he'll take away your mind or heart, and then he gives Krishna Prema. So Hari, Krishna, takes away the Dana. Parikshit Maharaj also, okay. Krishna one way took away all the material things, but then gave him liberation. Okay, so Prabhupada accepting the sannyas was also like that. Like his business failed, then he left the family, he took Vanaprastha, and then he got the dream, no, that he had to take sannyas. So Bhaktanam Sam Apipasada means Narada understood that Supreme Lord always desire auspiciousness for his devotees. So whatever we are experiencing, we are going through, we should understand Krishna has a plan, or Krishna wants only good things for you. Krishna takes away everything which is blocking us from our devotional growth or devotional service. So, but we should have that sincere prayers and sincere faith in Krishna. Externally, it looks like, oh, see, they are so lonely. Oh, see, they have legal problems. They have poverty. It looks like that. But then it's a special mercy of Krishna. Anugrahanam, Anugraham Manyamanaha. Narad Muni considered this incident as a special mercy of the Lord. And Dhruv Maharaj, okay, Uttanapada's responses and Sunidhi's response we can see. Sunidhi is a Krishna conscious person actually. Yes, Kunti Devi. Kunti Devi also took it as a special thing. Okay. So mature devotees' response to adverse circumstances. Okay, so here is Tatte Anukampam. Tatte Anukampam, it's a very famous sloka. It says Tatte Anukampam, because of Krishna's special mercy. Okay, what happens? Atma Krita Vipakam. Okay, I still remember one of my senior devotee had a fall and had a small fracture. So we just went to meet that devotee, and the devotee immediately says, it's Atma Kritam Vipaka, it's my karma coming back. Then we told, no, Prabhu, it's special mercy, because instead of a big fracture, it just became a small fracture and Krishna saved. So when the inner calling of the soul awakened, a devotee immediately surrendered to Lord, sometimes not bothering about social customs. Sense of urgency is to take up a full-time devotional service. King Uttanapada retired before Dhruva's marriage because he wanted to do devotional service, and King Prachina Barhi also retired before the Prachetas returned. Prachina Barhi, and also story of Sridhar Swami left with young infant child seeing a baby lizard's example. Okay, does anyone know that?
Mataji.
No, Mataji.
Okay, it's like that baby lizard was there was a whole family like father, mother, and all that. But then what happened? The father, mother died, and then young infant, what to do? So the baby lizard, what happened? It just went and started searching for the prey, because baby lizard know that the father and mother doesn't come. What does a lizard do? You've seen it puts the tongue out and the sticks. The insects get stuck to the tongue. And it goes and feeds his young ones. Younger ones are like that. Even birds, they feed the mother and father. So the mother and father died. Then the baby lizard didn't even bother to see them. Just went behind other insects, because the animals don't have much consciousness developed. So Sridhar Swami is like, what am I doing? I'm also like completely so much attached. They also will die one day. All will die. And then he just go towards devotional things. So material reversals are an opportunity which help us to come out of our comfort zone. Sometimes we become very comfortable, no? But when we actually come out of the comfort zone, we realize things. And yes, Queen Kunti also says, Ata Vishvesha Vishwatman Vishwamute Swakeshu me Sneha Pasham Imam Chinti Dritam Pandushu Vishnishu. This is the sloka I was referring. Sneha Pasham Imam Chinti. Who were Pandushu Vrishnishu. Oh Krishna, I am so attached to Pandus and Vrishnis. Please take away all those material attachments. Sneha Pashamidam Chindi. Because that is the one which will make me stay here. O Lord of the universe, soul of the universe, or personality of the form of the universe, please therefore sever my tie of affection for my kingsmen, the Pandavas and Vrishnis. We can't be Kunti Maharani to pray like that, but she's showing us an example. Okay. And Srila Prabhupada, there was a disciple also, like he left all his community and everything and completely surrendered. Okay. So it's very, very important that we have faith in Krishna. So after that, what did Narad Muni do? So we'll just 11 to 19, it's just to understand what he did, what all he saw. Okay, 11 to 19 is about what all he saw. It's already time. We'll stop here. 11 to 19. We'll just go read the translation next week. It's just like he have passed through forest, bamboos, reeds, grasses, and he'll visit some villages. He'll see forest, and where all he went, because he's now alone. No, Narad Muni is alone, and he's just walking and walking, just to follow the path of the Bhaktivedantist. Okay, so in 5-year-old old also, just imagine his willpower, determination, like Dhruv Maharaj or like Prahlad Maharaj. No, Narad Muni is also a pure devotee. Why this 5-year? You have seen so many places. Prahlad was 5. Dhruv Maharaj was 5. Here, Narad Muni is 5 now. Any significance of the age of 5? So many are mothers here, they know.
Mataji, from Krishna passed his life from Gopalaka to, sorry,
Okay.
Govatsapalaka to Gopalaka.
Okay, that is one thing. Why did Nanda Maharaj give that responsibility at the age of 5? Something in the age of 5.
They start schooling, Mataji, they go to class 1, that is, they become more intelligent.
Why we are putting more intelligent? That means the brain development actually completes there. Okay, the brain development happens in the first 5 years of life. That's why if you say anything, they catch up. They can learn different languages. They can learn slokas. Will be amazed by their memory power. And 5 years, that 5 years is very, very important, because this 5 years is the one they catch up things very fast. And that means the intelligence has come, or in the sense they're able to, it's becoming mature. The intelligence, the brain development is actually coming up. So in that 5. So yes, Nanda Maharaj also thought like, oh, now Krishna is capable of taking care of the calf. Now let me give the bigger cows to him to take care. And yes, as Mother said, they can go into school. That's because now they can understand when the teachers say A, B, C, or they are able to catch up. Before also they do, but then the brain development has been getting completed. Okay. Then the finer tissues, later on the finer tissues develop. That's why Prabhupada calls what as magic food?
Milk.
Cow's milk. Especially cow's milk, cow's milk. If you drink cow's milk, the finer tissues in the brain develops. And you can all learn slokas and all very fast. So if you're not good at slokas, start drinking cow's milk. Really, that's true. Because the spiritual master have said, it's really true. You go to any ISKCON, there'll be a Goshala. And at the night, I've seen so many devotees, they have dinner. They skip dinner, but they'll have 1 glass of warm milk. And Prabhupada also says 1 glass of warm milk in Krishna book, go back to sleep. And then that cow's milk is very, very important. Now in our Koshala, fortunately, we have 2 small calves. One is Balram, that's a boy, and a girl, Mukunda Priya. So 2 of their mothers are giving milk, and that milk has been boiled and offered to Radha Govinda. So till now we were getting from other Goshalas, but now we have our own Goshala, and we have been very fortunate. Morning and evening they give milk, and it's offered to Krishna, made sweets out of it, rasagullas and all, and given. And the milk also, just like that, devotees after offering become prasadam and they drink. So it will actually help you to develop finer tissues in the brain. Now the brain is dead, now the finer tissues are there. And that helps you in your memory power also. Prabhupada says it's called magic food. So you should have that, and then what happens? Then only spiritual knowledge. Okay, otherwise also it comes, but it really helps, Prabhupada says. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Sorry for the delay.